Mystex, Illuminati Mystex. You know what it is. And if you don't, it's just this. It's just me. I pretty much smoke weed and listen to Barry when I'm not doing this. I usually drink coffee, but right now I'm drinking tea. I mean, I'm a pretty straightforward guy, you know? Alright, so I just did a live on Instagram using the mystery deck, but it was not much of a reading, so I feel like I'm going to just continue to use the mystery deck this evening. If you don't already know, I don't really take requests on getting a reading on lives. All of my readings on here are general, but my personal readings are open. If you're watching the video, it's yours, you know, and you don't have to take the whole thing to heart. And you can hear it as you want to. That's kind of the whole point. You know, without putting your own spin on it, there's a difference. So I'm going to keep using this deck, but I'm going to do an actual reading, and I'm not going to get into the same kind of rantings that I did on Instagram. If you want to see that, it's illy-milly across the board. So you can check that one if you want to know how I feel about stuff that's going on outside of myself. So, hi, I'm new to Twitch. I'm not quite there yet. But yeah, so this is going to be a more in-depth reading. Anyway, it wasn't much of a reading on Instagram. This is strange how many of these cards are upside down. I literally just used this deck and it wasn't like this. That's so weird. I always feel like this happens with this deck where it's like, y'all were just flipping yourselves at this point. Like, what the fuck? Really insane to me. But I love it. So it's the mystery deck. You never know what's going to happen. So this deck is, the intentions of this deck is... Okay. Someone's feeling sassy. Okay. Okay. Too many cards. They have a lot to say. So, just like with the Halloween Oracle, I do channeled messages of the deceased, right? So it's anybody who was once living, I can pretty much talk to unless they decline the offer to speak. That only happened once because it was Jerry Garcia's birthday, and I had the audacity to ask him to show up for me. So it was like, it was the only time I felt like I didn't talk to them. So, but I already had his soul in an orb, so I understand why maybe he was angry about that whole bit. I still have the orb, and now there's a... Anyways. This deck is channeled messages, but it's not necessarily like... human messages, so to speak, in the way that the deceased is, right? All your ancestors were human that you can presume. But this is gods, goddesses, guides, and galactics. So it's more like deity work. It's more like even extraterrestrial. So these messages are a bit different. And I feel like they're pretty good at being general. Sometimes the narrative goes towards like a classic twin flame story, like the divine feminine, the divine masculine. I'm so used to saying coming together in divine union because of the other deck, but that's, yeah, so like kind of twin flame readings, which is, you know, it makes sense for me to be doing, but it also was like not something I expected. It just kind of happened when I was using this deck. I think it's part of the stipulation with using it for the public is that it has to be something quite digestible or simple as a twin flame story mode, you know. But earlier it got pretty intense because we talked about things that, again, I just haven't really said on Twitch. So I was like, reel it back. If you're interested, go check out the Instagram. Top of the deck, though, we got healing again. That was the bottom of the deck and the other one. And this isn't even top of the deck. The deck's over here. And face up, we have first position Earth. So, reptilians. Oh. That is so weird. I thought I I don't know what that is. I don't even, what the fuck? I wish you could actually see the table and see the cards, because I set the deck down and it's like this was just face up on top of it, and I don't really remember that. I remember this being the bottom of the deck because I cut it, but then like when I cut it, I placed this card face up on the top. So that's like really blowing my mind. This deck is wild. It's as heavy as liquid silver, you know. I can't. Amazing. First position Earth is looking extraordinarily reptilian. So I would say it's not like I would go as far as to say any specific human is some type of alien, except for like we all know who my arch nemesis in life is. He could probably be reptilian. Again, check out the Instagram. Some of those videos are like top notch conspiracy comedian stuff. I mean, it's a lot different. This is very reptilian. I said galactics, I said extraterrestrial. It happens. There's 4 dragons. Each element gets its own dragons. This one, the Earth one, very particularly reptilian. It's very green and scaly, and just seems like a vibe. So consider this like a message from someone of that kind of variety, right? It's not always like cool deities that we're working with this deck, you know. It's some weirdos, some weird shit. It's different. It's like, you know, it's what I do. It chooses me, and I say okay. Bottom of the deck being 8th position fire. Kind of reads as a dance. It's almost like doing a dance, going through the motions, putting in equal movements, where it's like chess but with elegance. It's like having a strategy but also being adaptable and not really knowing why you're doing something but trying to protect the people. That's odd, but all right. Kind of see where that's coming from. Because how much honesty do we really want? How much honesty does anybody actually want? There's a reason things are sugar coated, right? From medicine to feedback. You want a fucking shit sandwich, gotta have that good bread, or I can't eat it. It's very strange. So I'm getting these motions. It's like a dance floor. Think of us. Imagine that we are having a ballroom dance together. And when I say we and I say together, I mean the whole ballroom. Okay? So just imagine everyone's in there. Everybody's got a partner. Everybody's doing these. But no music, specifically no music, because the music is the words. As we are doing these dances, as we are going through our waves and moves, these ballrooms, okay, listening. It's almost like programming. It's almost like programming, but in the means to learn, not to brainwash, where it's like the absolute function of multitasking, to be able to listen while you dance. Oddly specific stuff like that. And if I'm moving my hands, or if it's the moving the hands is weird because I'm usually tapping if I'm channeling, so very interesting. Then we got Lady Gaga. I'm kidding, but doesn't this bitch kind of look like Lady Gaga? 9th position water. Things are looking up, even though in the last reading it said they weren't. She like definitely reminds me of Lady Gaga, but things are looking up in some regards. Like I said earlier, we got this card in reverse. And there's a whole bunch of other cards that seem a hot mess, but at the same time, everything is and always was. There was never really actually a time throughout history in which there was nothing going on. We say we are living through such time specific to the timeline. So historical, so much going on. Name a time that there wasn't. Your perception of it has changed because it affected you, right? This is coming from, someone who's in the US. My vision and my you is narrow because I couldn't say how it is anywhere else, right? But that's sort of what it is. This history's always been historical, right? Like, history's always been historical. There's never been a time where there was nothing going on, despite what you may have been taught or believed up until now. As you see it unfold, you're just aware of it unfolding. People had ignorance as bliss before communication lines were open, before the internet, before social media, before cell phones. It sounds stupid, right? But it is, it is what it is. That's what happened. It's literally what happened. People just didn't know. Because, of course, who would tell them? Who would tell them? Not me. Not you. It ain't even Friday and I got a French press, so that's cute. It's tea, though. Seventh position, water on its side. Sleeping with the fishies much? God damn, that's feeling ominous in a sense, right? That's the thing. It's very easy to become depleted. It's very easy to become depleted. That was definitely like not looking. That's sleeping with the fishies for sure. We don't love that. Taking care of yourself is your only truest, realest job. And if you chose to invest your DNA into somebody else, then that is your other also job. But beyond that, we're doing the best we can and the most we can while respecting who we are in. Because if we are all one, okay, which is what everyone's been saying this whole time, right? And then it's all of a sudden divided and different. Sometimes I stutter so long I can't remember what I was saying. It's looking up despite the way it looks, oddly enough, because at a time of peak awareness, is how you accomplish to get something different. Like, it's hard to explain without giving away spoilers in a sense, but number 11, healing. This came up twice tonight too. Not everybody's going to like this deck. I noticed a lot of people cycling through here. It's a much quieter night than it usually is, and that's because this deck is loaded. It's heavy. It's like bullets. It's like silver bullets, so vampires need not apply. Heavy as silver, right? So no vampires tonight. Number 27, journey. To go with healing, it's kind of sweet. The journey of healing and healing the self above anything else, anyone else. And it's the understated only course of action because you are stuck where you're at for the most part. And even if you were to get in on the action, I mean, it would just mean devastation. So you might as well just keep with the creating. You have to just be conscious of what you are creating. You have to co-conspire in the same way for your own personal vision as you do for the collective's perspective. You had to add positivity when you hear negativity so that the balance keeps going. You are not wrong or guilty for having to say, like, I am okay, even though other people are not. That is the correct course of action. I say this as I'm looking at 11th position air, body and mind, right? And it's got one of the little dragons. Those are like totally aliens to me. He is so cool. He is so cool. Kind of like, ooh, yeah, very cool. I don't know if I've seen this card, but I never really looked at this card, and just now I stared at it while I said whatever it is that I said. And right next to it, we have the 5th position air in reverse. And I find this interesting because I don't think this is necessarily a bad card, but the blindfold is coming off. You see this? She's holding her mask, and it's like, yeah, take off your mask, but also don't be blind to shit. Don't pretend like it isn't happening just because, oh wow. The church is coming for me. I love that. How cool. Hello, thank you, the tarot lady. This is an intense reading tonight. So welcome. This is so fun. I never got rated before. This is like so cute. Sorry, I didn't mean to get side railed and then not be doing tarot when everybody shows up. But oh my god, I've never been rated before, which is like also cool, you know. In this sense. Anyways, thank you guys for showing up. Now I feel awkward. No, but we were channeling this guy, right? So, taking care of the self and putting your... It's not about putting your money where your mouth is. It's about putting your mind where your body is. If your body is comfortable, if your body is in luxury, if your body is in a situation it likes to be in, but your mind is worried, your mind is stressing, your mind is full of anxiety, doubt, fear, you know, you are pushing your body into that state when it is supposed to be relaxed because you're at home, you're supposed to be comfortable. And this is, you know, assuming that we're all just kicking it, right? Like, here we are. Woo! Congrats to all of us for making it through this day and having this moment. So when you stress about things that you cannot control, you're telling yourself that in your safe space, you are being threatened. And so where does it end? You know? Where do you get the peace that you seek in the world? Where does it come from? If it is not with you, if it is not in your solitude, if it is not in your space, where is it going to come from that you think it'll just be present in the world when you leave? Everybody has their own medicine. And mine is Matt Berry, to be quite honest with you. Literally all I do. Thank you. Oh, a little fizzy pop. That's very cool. You don't have to be good at tarot because you don't have to even do it. But also if you're just wanting to tell yourself something, then the cards will know, you know? I'm sure you're fine at tarot. But okay, we have number 9, ninth position, water, emotion and intellect in reverse. So now is the time to almost abandon the way that you're feeling, right? I guess that's kind of what we were just saying. Now's a good time to let go and let God. I don't know why it's been a catchphrase of the day today. It's something that comes out of my mouth every once in a while, despite the whole whatever the fuck hell I'm going to or living in. Cheers, dude. And it's the church people. I love that. We have 9th position, air in reverse. So We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. I can't even think about D. Snyder right now because, oh my God, what a gem. But this is the offer, right? In the upright. So if it's in reverse, like, I'm sorry, but we are not accepting the offer this time. Amen, right? Like, no, we're not going to take it anymore. The whole thing is coming down. The whole thing is coming down. Sometimes I can't read Roman numerals upside down, so sue me. Like, fourth position Earth, right? He's the structure. He is holding the whole thing up. So if he's in reverse, he's letting it come down. Oh, you make my love calm down, baby, go all the way down. Sometimes the aliens actually do really like to communicate in music, but I feel like it's very vocal this evening, and I can clearly say everything that I need to say instead of try to guess or communicate. And I find that really interesting that I specifically said that it was a very reptilian vibe compared to the other three elements, right, with the earth. Because I can understand it so clearly. That's so odd to me. But they say, who are they? The Gaia people, if you know what I mean. I'm not even on there, but. Murdy, stop. Doing the dance. Yeah, we're doing the dance. But yeah, never take your first offer, right? And fight for your right to. It's not even the right to party, it's like the right to life, but it's okay. So she has the lotus flower, right? Third eye open, everything looks aligned and perfect. And I love the power grid in the background of her mind. Like, that's so perfect. These cards really found me totally rogue, such as myself. I call it the mystery deck because I didn't know what it was when I bought it. It had no box. So I know now. You don't have to tell me. I already know. It's still a mystery deck. So I love to get to really know these images because they are so perfect. But get this. Why is Destiny in reverse? This is actually the cover, which is funny because, again, I didn't know when I bought it. 16, number 16. Destiny in reverse. This is, that's why we're not accepting the offer. We kind of know that there was something else that we came here for. There was something else that we were meant for. And this ain't it. This will not do. This is far from not the true story, but the one that we are meant to experience. We are just going through these times where every person on an individual level is going to have their own revolution, and that's going to look different based on who they've been all this time. And so while everyone's waking up, or we think that's what we want is for it to happen so fast, blah, 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 some people wake up and freak out. I wake up to classical music every day. I could not recommend it more, but of course I have an Android, so I have that luxury. Psychos are like, bam, bam, bam. I can't imagine waking up like that every day. Oh my God. Whew, are you okay? Like, man, just like my alarm goes off. It's like, I'm like, this is a nice morning. Good morning to me. There's actually a song. Too bad LG doesn't make cell phones anymore. I will never stop being upset about that. No one's ever going to have the good morning song as their alarm clock ever again. Yeah, right. Good morning. Ding, ding, ding. Good morning. It doesn't even matter anymore. Knowledge is power. Schoolhouse Rock, baby. That's what it all comes back to. Knowledge is fucking power. The more you know, the more uncomfortable you'll be. But the better you'll do on the testing, right? So, Yeah, I don't hate my alarm clock because it's classical music. It's really beautiful. I'm telling you, transformation. I keep my phone on silent all day and then it plays me classical music when I need to be up. Amazing. Amazing. Um, Reversed King of Earth. That's so interesting too. 14th position Earth, King of Earth in reverse. So this is sort of like, this is almost like there's some people that are getting ready to leave, whether that is physical or metaphorical or metaphysical. There's some people who are getting ready to leave, and we kind of just have to be patient with the whole situation where things are going to play out. And I'm not saying be patient with like thinking in the most broad sense about just being patient, because it's almost like no matter how you slice it, we just sound stupid. You know, we just sound stupid. It's like people collectively were witnessing waves of death and atrocity, and it's almost like it's happening not again, but it's the same effect, you know, because some of these atrocities that are spoken of have been existing, been happening, right? This is, if you want to get more into that kind of flavor, then you can watch the Instagram live that I did. I went a little harder because I've been on there longer and I already have like a whole vendetta with Mark Zuckerberg. I didn't want to do too much on Twitch, but it seems like there's going to be a lot of people exiting. Feels more like a whoop kind of thing than like a kind of thing, which is odd when there is so much, you know. You know, so these reptilians are treading lightly because they know that their time is up in a sense where they're like, yeah, we've been fucking up. We've been fucking shit up. We're sorry. We don't even really, we kind of lost. No, I don't. No, Mark Zuckerberg, he just fucking hates my guts, bro. I cannot get into it. No, I don't know the reptilian king. I just had arguments for him because he just hates my guts, man. I get the weirdest fucking shit. Either way, another Earth in reverse. We have the 8th position Earth, where she's what a queen. They're leaving. It's like business will be back to usual soon. Shit's heaven and earth. Look at this. 11th position Earth. I've never noticed any of these readings I do with the mystery deck because I use this deck a little further fewer between. I've never noticed so many consecutive of the same element like that, especially when in the very beginning I was like, this Earth dragon is giving total reptilian vibes. It's like, well, this Earth card is heaven and earth, so I love this, but it's in the upright. So things are working out. The Queen in reverse again. It's almost like there's some stuff lifting, and that is something I got into earlier too. Where I 222. I was really excited about that. I love angel numbers and stuff. So I spent the whole day focused on my goddamn self, and I felt amazing, and it was almost like something had changed in me, and then the whole world changed the next day. But some energies are clearing out. Some people are leaving. Whether it's a particular situation or this life or this planet, because it's hella vibes. It's making way for this kind of new zone that we're in, this heaven on earth. Because right now, this shit is hellish. I don't know if you noticed. It's like hellish around here. But it's, we've Pluto that has moved into Aquarius finally. I'm not an astrologer, so please don't quote me on anything to do with astrology, but I will roast the fuck out of the zodiac signs because I know them all so damn well that everyone is always quite surprised when they're like, wow, I can't even say shit because you're right. It's rough, but I studied a lot. Just not astrology stuff. This is going to be a crucial time to get your chakras aligned if that's something that you're into, right? Whew. It is a lot. It is a lot. It almost makes me want to sing that stuff, you know? Well, it took some time, 'cause it's a lot. God, it's a bunch. It's such a big old... It's a 6th position fire in reverse. Swords down. Swords up right now. Swords up right now. It's not okay, but it is things being cleared away. And I'm not saying that from the perspective of a particular situation or person, as much as we will realize what is important. We are going to slowly and collectively kind of recognize, like, maybe the things I was prioritizing are a bit weird. Like, a lot of people are just going to step back and be like, damn, what the fuck was I thinking, talking about, doing? You know, like, good point. I mean, we are just, what even is this? It's almost like Hell's Waiting Room. The way it's so high-strung fear, push, consume, buy, pollute, ism. You can't restrict that or blame that on any one ideology. It's its own entity. It's its own entity. Don't mind me, I watched The Matrix for the first time like a month ago, so like, it's probably fine. We're all online. But things are happening. Things are improving, despite the way that they seem. It's sad, because so many people are affected by these major changes. That it's like, is this necessary? Are you sure that that's the best way to do things? Like, you know, but the more you question it, the more there will be an alternative at some point, you know, where gotta do our best to stay in our own sane minds, in our wise minds at that. You know, like having logic and reason, but also working with feelings and emotions and finding the balance between the two. Feeling something and understanding why you feel that way without reacting upon it. So I have 2 face down cards here. Let's reveal. Another reverse. It's so strange. Okay, so it's the 10th card. It's wisdom. Maybe I have no wisdom. I always was told I was wise since for always. Maybe it is not the I who lacks the wisdom. Maybe it is foregoing some of the things you consider to be wisdom, because what wisdom is what will be the difference between wisdom and intellect? Because it's not about what you know, it's the way that you carry it. It's the way that you go about your business. It's the way that you think and what's been instilled, more importantly. It's almost like traditional values being passed on as routine, in the same way that knowledge evolves into wisdom, where you can assess for yourself, right? Your wise mind. So if it's in reverse, it's kind of like you're not in the right state. You're not in the right mental place that you need to be. It's all feeling. It's all heightened energy. It's all kind of outside of yourself. It's not that you're relying on the image around you, but in a sense, you're allowing the narrative to control you instead of regaining control of the narrative. That makes sense. So we have number 6, the crone. Time to buck up, mature, glow, grow the fuck upwards. The crone. She's a mature woman. She's on her path, but she's got a sword. And that shit's drawn for a reason. That little bird up there, it sure is. This little, it's not even really a sword. It's more of a staff, but like showing you a whole new way. Look at, just like, I have a secret path. I've done this many times. I know where I'm at. You don't need to be on this path. You can come with me, right? You can follow the wise ones if you feel like you do not have the wisdom to handle a situation like that, right? Even if it's something like wanting to do tarot and maybe you don't really know how or why, but maybe that's because like someone needs to show you, so to speak. Or you want to take a stance or think you're going to fight back by doing this or that, and it's actually hurting you in the end, and hurting yourself is just to continue to hurt the others that are us. Anti-hero. We have 12th position, fire in reverse. The hero has fallen. The idea of an individual hero has fallen, because look, and then we have number 21, perception. The fallen hero is all about perception. The hero itself is about perception. So if the hero falls, it's just the way that we view singularity, individualism. It's all about the individual. Everything's prepackaged for one, right? We have to start thinking outside of ourselves and our own needs that are, at the end of the day, oftentimes wants and desires. To have convenience, to have speed, to have a tangible, available kind of personally, not personality, but personally. It's for me, it's mine, you know. Gotta stop thinking like that. It'll help in the long run. It's a ripple effect, right? And the more that you think as the self is something you take care of, and the community is what you do, rather than vice versa. I'm going to do me, I'm going to do me. I'm going to take care of me. I'm going to protect me. I am going to nurture me. And I'm going to do everything else. Right? Right? That's a kind of good point. Just thought of it. It's just kind of how I am. So I had this pile. It was kind of a sidecar. It was like sitting on the side, and I like to honor when the cards are in the reverse just as much as they are on the side. It's almost like it can go either way, but this deck wasn't really intending to do reversals at all. So I feel like I can just tell the story as it is, and it's just like a bit of a pile that was sitting, you know. I just feel like it's probably fine to just read it, right? So we've got 8th position air, queen of air. This is, see, it's much less reptilian with the air creatures. It's just like a whole vibe. She's coming in to be like, no, we are here to save the day. Look, then we got 6th position air, duality and unity. Light and dark coming together, and the rainbow in the back, that's what symbols unity for me. The duality is the light and the dark. Because I'm like, love and light it up, but I'm also dark. Some people consider what I do to be black magic, and I'm like, I'm honored, but had no. I'm definitely, so it's about kind of working together and being both, and, being one, creating a rainbow from nothing, from the storm, right? Fourth position, fire, poised and ready to go, aimed and fire signs maybe, but just ready, right? But collectively ready for anything. And what are we embracing? What is it gonna be? This tree is on fire. Seventh position, earth, finding center. Is this the stream where I was talking about how it's where's the peace gonna come from? It's not within, and you want peace in the world, but you're, full of fear, stress, worry, anxiety, drugs. Where's the peace going to come from? Not to repeat myself or anything, but I thought that was a good one. So, meditation, key. Relaxation, key. Peaceful moments, key. Right? Imagining. You want to fucking manifest all day long for yourself. Again, the individual, the convenience, and the perception of the hero, as if you could save the world alone. It's collective resistance to the adversary that will only bring us to greatness. Boom. I get by with a little help from these bitches. Hello, sexy. Try not to use cuss words as much as I've always. Sorry. Second position, fire. Who, me? All of us working together passionately. And the release. Second position, earth in reverse. The release. Breaking those eggs because they shouldn't have all been in one basket in the first place. Shaking the basket out. Not in this basket. Not those eggs. Not in this basket. Thought in reverse. The number 28. Thought in reverse. Getting them thoughts out of your head, especially if they're bad, anxious ones, full of fear and doubt and pessimism, right? Just gotta get rid of those thoughts. Gotta get them out somehow, whether you recreate them or retell them, restate them. For every time you have a negative thought in your mind, say something positive out loud. Tell yourself something different. Don't even admit to why you're saying it, whether it's to another person, to the mirror, to the ceiling. Who gives a shit? To your cat? I don't care. And next time you have a thought, God, I hope we don't get fired, goes through your head. You're like, I am so good at my job, is what you say out loud, right? Or, oh, wow, my crush will never notice me. But then you speak, I am senpai, and my crush will notice me, right? So, anything, just combat your own thoughts of fear and doubt, and let it work its way out. Like, remember the whole thing where leaving the planet and whatnot. So we've got 12th position, air, the scribe. This dude is not playing. He is writing everything down. He is the one who holds the receipts. This man is Father Time, basically. The scribe, yeah, he remembers it all. It all happened. It was, suddenly history or the past, and it all feels like a fever dream. Like it's uploaded. And it's almost like it never happened because we relive it all the time. On our devices, in our faces, in remakes, and oh my gosh, don't even. We have first position, water, a dragon. But I just thought about Linkin Park. It starts with one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard I try. It does matter how hard you try. Please keep trying. And maybe hard doesn't have to be difficult or forceful, but just effortful. And then we have reverse second position water, which was looking very romantic, but without. It's like maybe it's not the relationship you should be worried about. So that was a mystery deck. They're different. Oh, why are these all face up? That's odd. What the hell did I do? Oh. Man, this deck just loves to be mixed up. Anyways, it's not your typical tarot, but it is technically a tarot deck. So thanks for tuning in so much. If there's any requests for a deck, I don't do individual readings when I do general readings. It is what it is. You get your messages, but my private readings are open. And I take requests for the decks that I have if you want a particular general reading. I'm not doing any more mystery deck tonight. These cards are loaded and full of liquid. I have the Halloween Oracle, channel messages from the beyond, the deceased, the underworld. I have the Thoth deck, which is just the most general, situational, irrelevant. The Daemon cards are financial, economical, career-driven, and the pink deck is for love readings. So if anybody wants to know something in particular, don't tell me, because I don't like to know what I'm telling about. But if there's a deck in particular that you would like to see, go for it. I'm going to take a moment regardless, so I'll give you all some time to consider the offer while I kick back for a moment, because I just went for 45 minutes straight. That's good. I say take a second, but honestly, like, if I stop, I stop. It's like, gotta keep the momentum flowing, and I usually like to take a literal second to myself. But if there's no interest in any particular deck, I would hate to leave you here. I'm new. It was lovely to be rated this evening. It seems like I still have maybe some of you. Like I said, if anybody is interested in anything in particular, I appreciate you all being here. It's quite... Usually somebody wants something. Get requests for decks all the time, and nobody. Too scared to ask for the love deck, are we? Is that what it is? Nobody wants to be the one to say it? Or are you just feeling chatty? I will talk about Matt Berry all night. Like, what's the dealio? No requests? I might pull out the pink deck. I feel like somebody's not asking for it and really, really wants to know about their love life, even though right at the end we said it's really not about the relationship. It's so funny. Was that like you saying like yes, or was it a delayed thing between us? Because that'd be crazy. That's so funny. Gotta click out of freaking alien mode though. Damn. Maybe I did need a second more. So we are gonna do the pink deck. This is love readings. It was gifted to me by my lover, who is the Lovers, being a Gemini. And so I have only ever used this deck for love readings. And they're nice. These cards are messy. The mystery deck, I thought was really weird that the cards were all like upside down and crazy, because it's very rare to see in any of my decks except this one, because they're this like, can't hear. There you go. It's like metal. Got you. Okay. I had a feeling anyway, so could have been on, could have been off. They're like these weird shiny metal kind of material cards, so they slide around a bunch, and I think that's just how love is, you know, a roller coaster of emotions. Roller coaster. Woo-hoo-hoo. Alright, getting into love. Mood of love. Gonna see what's going on in love this evening. What's everybody's thinking? Ooh, I'm gonna read this little wisdom because it fell out of the tray somehow. I don't know what happened. There are two means of refuge from the miseries of life: music and cats. Albert Schweitzer? Albert Schweitzer? Don't know who that is, but what a great bit of wisdom. That's very lovely. Put it back. So what's happening in love this week? It's still February for a few more days, so happy Black History Month, but also celebrating the month of love, and also just, you know, life in general. Pisces season, that's what it is. I was like, and what? Yes, Pisces season. Hella gothness lately. And everyone's like feeling the goth, and they're like, yeah, the pink deck's not necessarily goth, but we'll go with a love reading. I've done the Halloween Oracle and the Mystery deck already, so I didn't get more goth than that. Whatever's going on. Okay, so I try not to put too much weight into the narrative of my readings, because I don't like to know what people are asking when they want to know something. And like I said, I just kind of do it in general, and it's a small batch. It's a small group, you know what I'm saying? So you can take it really personally. But when it comes to the love readings, I feel like sometimes it's explicitly clear if it's about a relationship or if it's about a non-relationship, and the energy is quite defined. And I feel like right now there's no real telling what is going on in regards to that. So I feel like this is gonna be more for everyone. It's not gonna be specifically for people in a relationship or specifically people who are single, because like in the last reading we talked so much about self-love and self-care, and like I said at the last thing I said, it was the second position water, and it was the two people who were very lovingly embraced, but in reverse. So I was like, it's not about the relationship. And then we decided on love deck anyways. So it's not going to be taken or single. Sometimes it is like that. You can see some of my past readings on YouTube from Twitch, and like before I started using Twitch. I don't really do anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like so easy to, it's, you know, but you can see some of the older ones. Oh, you haven't got a lot to say. It's like nothing really matters, so let's make this moment today. I know. I feel like I know this song. It's the format. Make This Moment a Crime. I'm gonna listen to that album tonight. Wow. That's so cute. I know you're left behind. feel like this is not a super amount of cards, but with these messy bitches, I usually get so many cards at once. I'm surprised they're so tame, so I know it's real. Bottom of the deck is the Emperor. That is so funny on so many levels. So, a few things about the Emperor. Um, Despite his earthly possessions, it's not an earth, it's more fire. So the Emperor is Aries. Aries is a fire sign. Aries being fire means it's a masculine energy because fire is one of the masculine elements. So when we see the Emperor, we're talking full-blown toxic masculinity, baby. I'm kidding, but at the same time, am I? Control issues for sure. Just, you know, we don't always hate the Emperor, but when we see this, like, pretty basic, very few cards, and in regards out to love outside of a relationship, and we see this Emperor sitting there, I'm not liking him that much. I'm not liking that that's what shows up. Like, of course, this is about some guy, right? No kidding. But, like, it's almost like an angry kind of feeling. But it could just be an Aries, and they all kind of exude that slightly angry feeling. The Emperor presents himself as a man of few words, but it is a lie. His words hurt because there is a world of depth to every fucking word, and it's meant for you to torture yourself over it. Nine of Swords, cruelty. Look, up all night thinking about what the fuck this man said, and he's like, I didn't even. Are you dealing with a Virgo or an Aries? Virgo, the Hermit, Emperor, Aries. Maybe you are a Virgo and an Aries, but the balance is off. Page of Cups. Still making an offer, though, for some reason. There must be some kind of catch in a positive way where it's like a very obviously not great situation or person. There's some type of not, and not a catch like, oh, sounds too good to be true. What's the catch? But like, ugh, this sounds awful. Where is the catch? Like, how is this, how is he a catch? And it doesn't have to be he in the traditional sex sense, gender sense. But again, fire and air are going to be our masculine he's, and then earth and waters are the feminine she's, unless you attribute it to your own situation. Me too. My Mercury and Venus are in Aries. I hate it, to be honest with you. And I am a sucker for a Virgo or two, for sure, in my life. Yes, that's a tough one. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It ain't money, that's for sure. Could be good looks, especially if the Virgo is sun or rising. Virgos are like next level beautiful for always. I don't know why. Two of Swords being justice, but in reverse, but she's blindfolded. I feel like this person is like not got money, but is good looking. But also King of Cups is like, could be a parent. It could be like their father, or they are a father, or they're the father of your children or something like that. The King of Cups is definitely going to represent the Emperor. So if you are the father, then you are the Emperor who's exuding that kind of Aries energy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I meant. I don't like to stick to a certain story or specific narrative when I do these readings, so that anybody can just kind of tune in and catch their bit of the message, because it's all about, what's that word? Perception, process, the other word that's like the interpretation. It's all up to your own interpretation. So I try to keep it pretty open-ended, but we see the pattern, right? We got the King, the Emperor. There's definitely that masculine energy involved. might be good looks, but it ain't no fucking money. But maybe their father has money, or like they are paying like child support or something. Like there's something parental father figure there with the King of Cups. But okay, Seven of Cups on the side. It's almost like you feel like you don't have any other option. You're like trying to make it work with someone who you know isn't really a catch because you feel like there's no other options. But you only feel like that because there's definitely not non-options, even if there is no options. Like, I think you're definitely underselling it. I think you're trying to rationalize settling because you think there's no other option. But the fact that it's settling at all is like the sign, right? That you should. Queen of Cups in reverse. The thing is, it's like maybe this person is like, oh wow, they'd be such a good dad or such a good parent, right? Because we could be dealing with like a mother type that's just like a fire sign or something. You get what I'm saying? Queen of Cups in reverse, though, it's like you're not really actually trying. You're like, wow, this person would be such a good father, but I'm actually not trying to be a mother. Or like they already are and they already have kids. Like, I didn't really want kids. Where there's something where you're like, why are you settling and thinking this is the only option? Could even be like, whoop boop. And you're like, oh, da-da-dum, whoop, boop, boop. And you want to just, or whatever. Just give it a little ping pong. That's fine too. If that's like you, if that's what you want, that's what you've always, don't let another person's good qualities be something that you change your own divinity for. I don't know why divinity. I was going to say morals, and it was like more extreme than morals. Divinity, your own divinity, your own autonomy as a person, creating your life. Just because somebody has something that could be desirable doesn't mean that you should just desire it because it's desirable if you didn't desire it before it was in front of you, kind of. So we have a face down card and then a reverse card and a face down card and a reverse card. Again, this deck is all over the place, but we're going to see what it is. We've got the Seven of Swords in reverse. With this, thank you. With this deck, I realize it's a traditional Rider-Waite with like a pink metallic tint. The Neo Rider-Waite. It ain't any different. But I read the way I read, but I respect the fact that sometimes, especially in the Rider-Waite, like reversals have their own meanings rather than it's just like the actual opposite, which is how the Thoth deck is, and that's like my base deck. So I try to kind of keep in mind where it's more of two different stories in love, especially because it's the only Rider-Waite deck I've ever read with. It's two different sides of the story. And so something is preventing you from, what is this? It's not about getting up and walking away, but it's like finding excuses to stay. It's not about even needing to leave, but it's like you're excusing some not so good things for the sake of mediocre things, really. And then another block, and then strength in the reverse. So maybe you are still heartbroken about a Leo, or you could be dealing with a little bit of codependency, but it's almost like I'm getting the sense that the codependency stems from a third party again, if you're like not over a Leo or doing this out of spite or convenience or stimulation, as in the substantial kind, some kind of bind for the bond. But Three of Wands in reverse. Yeah, just in a sense, not addressing that. Like as opposites, you read them, or like two different perspectives. Tower in reverse. Take that how you will, tarot lady in a church. Sounds like a you thing right there for you to say something I didn't know what it was referred to, and then to see the tower in reverse, you decide what that is, right? That's odd. Yeah, I feel like maybe you're not over someone, and that's why you're like convinced the next person should be the person because maybe they're with someone else. We were talking about revenge plots earlier. Death. Yeah, it's like maybe this needs to end. Maybe this is just like not the move. Scorpio, could be timeline where something doesn't happen until like October. You know what I mean? I don't know. Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so she's like out in the garden. Ooh, no, October is the 10th month. Ah, okay, that's cool. That's really cool because that Tower card, I left it up to you, and you're saying it's two different perspectives, so it doesn't have to be everything falling apart or coming down or even lacking that if it was in reverse. So you decide what it means for you and for everyone if you want to share a perspective. But Nine of Discs, Nine of Pentacles. She's happy, she's peaceful, so it may not be till like October that you start to see the work pay off. This deck is in regards to relationships, but again, I feel like the relationship may be coming to an end, whether it's a situation or a full-blown thing. I don't want to say it's breakup season, but spring cleaning, It could be that you're not letting go of a person, but addressing some of these issues that you're having face on and like actually doing something about the things you don't like, or pushing forward in a way that is more productive than it is avoidant. Four Cups, yeah. We're not gonna take it. I need to know Dee Snider's birthday. I feel like it's summertime. I've looked it up like a while ago. I look up so many damn birthdays, though. I don't remember them all. Yeah, Four Cups, not accepting that bullshit anymore. Even if it takes you months, even if it takes a long time to realize it, even if it takes a long time to implement it, or to stand up for yourself and to get those boundaries firm enough for people to respect them, because that's tough. Nobody tells you that when you set a boundary, people don't always, comply to it. What is this? Another reverse? No, that's upright. Is that Judgment? No, it's the Lovers. So cute. So cute. Gemini energy. This is a Gemini Stan account for sure. I'm obsessed. Don't. The Lovers. So yeah, again, the relationship itself may work just because you aren't, putting up with certain things doesn't mean you don't have to put up with them. It means they have to improve themselves, kind of. He's a fucking Pisces. It's literally Pisces season. That's so funny because I said summer because I was like, man, is he a Cancer? I don't want him to be a Cancer. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe he's Gemini, and then the Lovers card was there, and now you're telling me he was a Pisces. That is hilarious. His birthday's in like 2 weeks. This is great. Thank you for looking that up for me. Dee Snider, March 15th, 1955. I love that too, the 1-5 and the 5. It's cute. Anyways, dude, I think overall it's pretty good. Like, even if things need to change, it doesn't mean that it's not going to work out. But saying, oh, it's probably fine, like, he does so much, or like it's whatever. No, 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 no. No, that's not actual relationships. Like, no. It's not just one person catering to the other and making it work, and that's why you take the man's name. Fuck all that bullshit. You know, fuck that. You gotta stand up for yourself and say, it's not what I want. Sorry, bitch. And they'll be like, most likely, okay then. That's fine. Can we do something else? It's like, oh, really? Yeah, cool. The lover showed up at the end. Or a Gemini comes in, and if you got you a Gemini, man, oh my God, I bet you'd be a happy person. They're the best. Nine of Wands. Maybe guards a little too high up for love, 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 but I think it'll be okay. If you're in a relationship, I could see it working out. If you want a relationship, I could see you getting one, in the very end. But if you want it to be a healthy relationship for yourself, then you have to start standing up now to the things that you want and having your voice heard before it's, too late or too deep or whatever. Yeah, no more people pleasing. That is actually, I don't know how it took me so many words and sentences to literally just say that. Would have not even thought of it too. Thank you. No more people pleasing. No more people pleasing. So that the days of self-sabotage are over. No more captors. We have the Knight of Wands coming in with a lot of passion. Like I said, it's like you can tell them, and most likely they will step up and take the challenge. But you might also be romanticizing something that was not there, right? You'll finally get over that Leo that you're pining about. Scorpio and Leo both in reverse if you were dealing with either one of them. But also, like, if you've been grieving over a loss, it's like you finally get to a point of healing with that as well. And then last one, the Hermit, the Virgo in the end. The Hermit also relying on the self, looking within, and being completely independent, which we love, love, love to see. Although everything is a collective and we are a community, and no one person is truly independent. But in the more broad sense, sure, I'd love to see it. One card left on the table, the World. How beautiful, how beautiful. It's all going to work out exactly how it's supposed to. That was really good. I haven't used the love deck since like Valentine's week, so that was kind of fun. On that note, I might go. I did 2 decks, but Google Instagram also. Gotta be conscientious of this shit. But I'm having a great time, and I could just keep going. This is why sometimes I have to stop myself. This is so, and if there's any last minute requests on decks, I'll do it. But other than that, I'm probably gonna skedaddle. Okay. Illuminati Miss Sex, Mistress of the Divine. Hi. And also, hi. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for the raid. That was so cool. I love you. I love you. I love you all. Enjoy your witching hours. Enjoy your lives, your midnight mornings, and your waking up. So, lots to be grateful for. It's really good stuff. So remember to say a quick prayer for you, for me, and for everything. And when you look in the mirror, you better smile and say, I love you as well. Sweet, thanks. I don't schedule anything, so I'll just be back randomly whenever the hell I feel like. It could be pretty soon, could be a while, but it's been great, and I'll be back as soon as possible. I love you.